Hello. This will be a brief demonstration of our Payentry Time Management timekeeping portal. Here we have the main screen where you can see a brief overview of each employee's time card. You can see which department they're in, and you have these links over here that will take you to their time card or their schedule. You can see a list of infractions. This would be, for example, if an employee missed a punch. You can also approve time cards from this space. On the time card link, you can see each individual employee's time card for the pay period. You can see their department, their pay group, and the time card status. This is another area where you can also approve time cards, and you can print it out if the employee needs a copy. At the bottom of the screen, you're going to see a synopsis of what their hours have been for that work week. You can also change it to show your calendar week, and you can opt out of seeing any zeros. In this area, you can add a punch for an employee if they missed a punch or did not punch out for a meal, things like that. So to do so, you would put in 8A for 8 a.m., 5P for 5 p.m., and you also have the option to transfer hours to a different department at this location. If you save the punch, it shows up on the employee's time card. Any punches made by an employer or a supervisor are going to appear as red, and by the employee on a physical clock or on the site or app, it will appear as black. You can switch which department this is for in this location as well, and you can see the pay type on the right-hand side. The Reports tab is going to give you an option of different reports that you can run from the time management site. These are going to be specific to departments or infractions, whichever you choose. On the Employee tab, you're going to see the employee's demographics. Anything that is grayed out has synced over from the payroll side, and anything that is white is something that you will have the option of editing. You can apply schedules here. You can change pay groups. You can give clock access, and you can change their password and username. The Time Off tab is going to be integrated with the payroll accruals. Here the employees will have access to request off and manage their time off. Employers will be able to approve or deny time off requests. As an employee, they will see an option to request time off. They will select what the time off code is and the date. They can put a comment here if they'd like, or they don't have to. And they can make the request. It's going to give them a confirmation screen, and once they confirm, it saves the request, and an email goes out to the supervisor prompting them to either approve or deny the request. When managers get a time off request, it's going to show as a pending approval. So you would go to the approval and you would either approve or deny or delete it. There are several other options here. You can view employees' balances. You can see other employees' requests, and you can see any overlapping requests. This may happen if there's a holiday weekend or something like that where everybody wants to request time off at once. So if you approve the request off, it's going to inform the employee that they have that day off, and it's going to automatically put it into their time card once you hit that pay period with the time off, the paid time off. The Schedule tab will give you the option to set a schedule for either one specific employee or a master schedule in the instance that every employee works generally the same schedule. And to apply it, you would select the employee schedule, and you can do employees individually, departments, or pay groups. The Exports tab is going to be where you export the time to import it into payroll. You would select the pay groups that are applicable on this left-hand side and hit Export. It saves a file onto your computer that should be in a CSV format compatible with Excel to import into the payroll. The Security tab is going to be a place where we can grant access to supervisors or payroll admins if you choose. It's going to give you the option to set up your employees with a login. You would simply enter their email here, repeat again in this space, hit the Enter key, and do Create Selected. That is going to prompt an email to be sent to that employee with login instructions. Once they get into the site, they will create their own user, and they can clock in, clock out, view their schedule, and request time off. Individual employees can only see their information on the clock entry site once they log in. This is the view of an admin. The roles, this is where we would change security roles for people. As a payroll admin, you're granted access to all of these different things. We can edit it and customize it depending on what your needs are. And if you need access to update security roles and things like that, we can set it to give the payroll admin access to do that. As an employee, to punch in, you can essentially only see your information, and you can log in and do your clock in, clock out, and request off. The Config tab is going to be something that is generally handled from the back end. The pay calendar will be set up once the clock site is implemented based on your specifications for your payroll calendar. Pay types is going to include overtime, regular, vacation, holiday, etc. There are some different specifications that we can customize. Pay groups is going to be the different pay types for your employees. Specifications such as daily overtime and meal rules, rounding, and grace minutes. These would also be implemented in your setup kit, so that once they're set up, you wouldn't have to make any updates here. Holidays are going to be added as well in the implementation of your site, and once we enter these, when the pay period appears for the holiday, these hours would show up in the employee's time card automatically. Infractions are going to show the different errors that can occur on a time card. This is just going to be a brief overview of each infraction, and they are color-coded. Emails can be automatically generated based on what you wish to see. Each supervisor will get an email when a time-off request is added. We can also email infraction lists or other things that you specify. Devices can be added at your request. These are just examples of 2 different time clocks that we offer. We also have an app that the employees can log in on to clock in and clock out on Android devices as well as iPhones. It's available in the App Store. And the app shows a map location of where the employees clock in and clock out. You also have the option of using the website to clock in and clock out. However, there is no option for you to specify an IP address, so they would be able to clock in and out on any computer or desktop. The biometric clocks, barcode, and proximity clocks are physical time clocks that we offer. And if you're interested in pricing, we can definitely get you literature regarding what your options would be with the physical clocks. And that is the Payentry Time Management portal. If you have questions, please give us a call and we can do a quick Q&A.